Hey guys, what's up? My name is Art. It's Friday night and I'm doing another video. I we had Arby's for dinner, and instead of that usual McDonald's or Burger King, and still giving me some wicked heartburn, so I'm drinking some Alka-Seltzer right now. Okay, this video I'm going to talk to you about a book that I wanted to read for a while. It's called The Invincible Iron Man, Ironheart. Riri Williams. Now, I heard a lot about this character. She's called Ironheart. Heard a lot about this character for the last couple of years. And from what I understand and what I heard, I don't know if this is true, Brian Michael Bendis, the guy who created her, he created her because of the fact that he wanted some kind of diversity. Now, this is the same guy who he helped bring out Miles Morales to the Spider-Man mythos. So, and one of the things, reason why, from what I've heard, is the fact that he adopted two children who are black. They're both girls. I believe they were sisters or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But he wanted to create something to where he wanted to create something they could look up to. Okay. Okay, so what happened is that basically what happened is Marvel and DC has been hit hard in the last 5 or 6 years about not having diverse characters. So they try to fix it. DC tried to fix that by rebooting their universe and changing some key characters into different races. Like, for example, in the Flash comic book, Wally West used to be white, but now in this universe he's black. Not a big deal. They introduced a black Batman character, supporting character for Batman called, what was it, Batwing or something like that. It was a black character, which is Lucius Fox's son. Just to try to create diversity. And what happened was that sometimes when you try to create diversity, it's shoved in your face. And what happened? There's a lot of people complaining about this. This comic book YouTuber who buys comic books called Your Boy Zach. He talks about this extensively in his videos where he buys a comic and he reads it and he said this is trash. Funny thing is, the ones that he considers trash, I usually find those books very enjoyable. But the idea behind it is that this character right here is supposed to replace Iron Man. So that means something's supposed to happen to Iron Man. And what happened, they created the Civil War Part 2, in which Iron Man was fighting Captain Marvel, and she beat the living shit out of him when he's in a coma. And he found out about her, and he made her his protege. Okay, not a problem. So how are you going to make a woman Iron Man? Now here's the thing. Um, I remember back in the '90s, DC tried to do a diversity, but they did it slightly differently. They created an input print called oh shoot, the name eludes me at the moment. Milestone. Milestone Comics was the imprint of DC Comics back in the '90s, in which majority of the characters was not black. You had an icon which was like a black Superman. Hardware was like a black Iron Man type character. And there were some there was some Asian characters, and there were some Hispanic characters, and all this other stuff. And this was all by black and Hispanic, black and ethnic creators. After that place folded, a lot of those characters got absorbed and discarded. But one character in this became a big hit. Static Shock. Go figure. A young black kid in a comic that was their highest seller, and because of the fact that he was a kid and people could relate to him, he was a big seller. Plus a little known cartoon came out with him in the '90s. So there you go. Modern day times, there's a character called Naomi. Has a very hot. She's a young black female. Popular comic book. So here's a question. Why? So here's a question. A lot of times they say diversity. This other guy named Young Ripper 59, he also talks about diversity in comics, in which he says instead of tying them to legacy characters like Iron Man, Ironheart, Batman, you know, make new people. But then again, this is a way to keep on the legacy. So I was thinking, okay, so I'm trying to think of what is the hottest comic books that was sold in June of 2019. The biggest comic book that was sold was Black Cat, and she sold like 250,000 units. That means books, okay? I'm looking. Amazing Spider-Man, my favorite comic book character, 89,000. Spawn sold 58,000. Even though Spawn is a black character, but he is black. But the funny thing is, they don't play up the race very well, so that's good. That's one thing I liked about Spawn, is that he was a black man, but it was because he's black. Oh yeah, Spawn was the 19th most popular comic that month. So far that month, I have not seen a minority led comic book that month so far, and I'm at 65th rank that year of that month. Oh, Miles Morales. He sold 26,000 units, and his ranking of that month was 68. Now think about this. He's a minority, and he's a very popular character. So which means that fans usually don't like minority characters. They usually don't. So now take it with a grain of salt. This is just my theory. Like for example, I could be wrong, and most likely I probably am, but I'm looking at it as like Miles Morales, who's tied in with Spider-Man. His ranking was 68. That was the 68th most popular comic book that month, and he just had a hit blasted movie like a year and a half ago, Into the Spider Verse. His ranking should be higher, but not many people buy it. That's my parents watching wrestling. Oh, Black Panther, another fabulous black superhero-ish superhero. He's not really black, but he's African. But we count that as a minority. 97. The fun thing is, 2.5 years ago, he had a big hit movie. And people go, Wakanda, 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 all over the place. His comic don't sell that hot. And only sold 20-something thousand units, 20,000 units was sold. So that kind of tells you something. I mean, of course, some comics are going to not sell that much in overall theory. But it's funny because like those two, Miles Morales and Black Panther, had big hit movies, but their comics don't sell. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop because I'm not seeing anything really. Oh, Ironheart. This character right here. Rank is 172 and only sold 10,000 units. I mean, so in a sense, my theory is that minority characters don't sell very well because you either one, you don't write very good stories for them or not. Now the thing is, this was a very good, interesting read. This book right here was a very interesting read. Very interesting. I liked the origin and how she's coming up to her own and everything else. But the fact is that she's replacing Iron Man. That's why a lot of people shunned this book. A lot of people shunned this character. This is a very decent character. But people shun this character and this book because she's replacing a popular character. You know. But, I can't remember where I bought this. But maybe at a con or something, I think. Can't remember. But I read this, and I like this book, and I would like to read a little bit more. But she has a mentor as a AI, Tony Stark AI. So Tony Stark is still there as a mentor. So, but the thing is, to me, this book was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun read. I read it in about 2 days. I mean, it collected issues 1 through 5. Ooh, Harper. It collected issues 1 through 5. And to me, it's a very decent book. But the thing is, the character is not very popular. It's not. I mean, it's a sad fact that some characters, they could be good for secondary. They could be good for. I mean, what happens? People still print this book for people to read, and that's great. But the thing is, this character would never be a very popular movie. I'll tell you the truth. Now, I'll give you an example. Captain Marvel. She had a very decent, moderately hit movie recently. Okay, but what happened was, she's supposed to be Marvel's answer to Wonder Woman. So, but no one really likes her. She's a good secondary character, but as a flagship character, she's not. Even Wonder Woman don't sell. Wonder Woman is like a flagship character for DC, but she don't sell that many copies as Batman. Batman sells twice that. Even Superman sells twice that. But it's a shame that even though this is a minority-based comic, it was kind of funny. Actually, to tell you the truth, if I remember correctly, even my favorite Miles Morales don't sell as much. And he's a very popular character. People like him, but people don't buy the book. This character right here in the background, Silk, I believe she's Asian. I don't know if she has her own book out or anything like that, but no one really buys it. If she does, no one really buys it. So, is it forced diversity? Or, I mean, let's put it this way. Falcon. Everybody's not in the movies. You see Falcon, as Anthony Mackie plays the Falcon, which is Captain America's sidekick. Okay, Captain America gets shot and dies. Bucky Barnes or Winter Soldier takes over as Captain America. He don't like to do that. After a while, Cap comes back, all sorts of stuff, and his super soldier form starts aging him, so he becomes a super old man. He can't deal with it anymore, so he gives the shield to Falcon, and Falcon becomes the new Captain America. Of course, you think about it, the fans didn't like it, even though it was a natural progression. Sorry, it's a natural progression because. But what happened, and of course, after a while, he was Captain America for a while. I think he went back to Falcon. I'm not sure. I'm not caught up on all that, but in some ways, minority characters and diversity characters don't really work too well. Even though like they could be very popular, no one really buys a comic. I mean, think about this. Black Panther was introduced in the Fantastic Four comic book in the 60s. Got tied in with Captain America, became a humongous supporting character. Humongous supporting character. In the Avengers. They make movies, Black Panther movie, you know it was a mega seller. And was history groundbreaking because of the fact that the cast was, it was a big budget movie. And the cast was predominantly black. About 90% black. And a lot of people try to downplay that significance, but in a sense, it's true because not even the movie Friday made that much money. But anyway, but like I said, a lot of diversity style characters don't really work too well. Not sure is that the concept is not the best or the writing's not the best either. Who knows? But who knows? With that being said, this book right here, I don't know why. This book right here is a very good read. I don't know why that thing's brighter than normal. But anyway, with that, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my night tonight. And hopefully we'll do another video by the end of the weekend. Talk to you later.